Hello, I'm Professor Severson, your instructor for your Introduction to Psychology course. The purpose of this video is for me to briefly show you how to navigate our online classroom, help you be familiar with the tabs at the top here, and generally show you how to navigate and get to the information that you need. This column here is called the newsfeed. Some instructors may refer to it as announcements. It's very important when you log into the class each time that you review this for any new information. It's where I communicate with you about any changes to our schedule or the syllabus. I might address any common issues that I see. And every Monday you will see directly from your work schedule document, which I'll show you, you'll see the work that's due for the week. So it's very important that you check this each time you log in. As we move forward and more items are posted, it will require you to click this at the bottom where it says show all news items if you want to visit something that was previously posted. The second item I want to point out for you is this little envelope right here. If you have a red dot, similar to these, it means you have an unread email, and that's also important for you to check each day. I may communicate directly with you if there's a concern or something I need you to know. Additionally, as far as email and communication, if you see this tab here that says communication, click on the down arrow, then class list, you will see my name, and all you have to do to populate my email address is click right on my name, and it will create it for you so you don't have to look it up in the syllabus. As our class is full, you will see every class member's name on that list if you have a need to email anyone else. Anytime you're anywhere within the course and you want to get back to this home page, just like I just did, you're going to click on this and it will always bring you right back. This item is your course calendar, but I want to caution you, do not let that be your source of figuring out what you have due each week. Not everything that is due shows up here. You always want to go by the document I'll show you that has your work schedule for the whole course laid out. The next really important tab I want to show you is your content. When you click on it, it will take you into an area that has all of your course materials. And these on the left are called modules, and this is what we will be working out of each week. As you click on the various modules, it will bring it up here for you in your main screen. So currently this is on Student Essentials for Distance Learning, and this is a folder put in all classes. You'll see this in all of your courses, put in by administration. It's important information, but it's nothing that you need to immediately be familiar with, and there are no quizzes on it. It is important that you at some point go through and look at everything. And again, to get back to your home page, you're just going to click on the title of the course. I do want to point out anything that's in blue here is a link, and it always comes from somewhere within content. And you'll note that the first thing you are instructed to do is go to the Student Start Here module. So I'm going to show you the other way to get to it. Again, I'm going back to content. And you can see that your first module is entitled Students Start Here. So every module is set up like this. In this area, it will tell you the objectives for the week. What you have due for the week will be here in bold. And just a little bit about what's going on. This is the link to this actual video. And this is all super important. Of course, your syllabus and your work schedule document, which is really part of the syllabus. And you can see that everything is laid out, what you have due each week. So again, So I could go back to the home page by clicking this, but I just want to get back to the module, so I'm going to click Student Start here. So within this module, these are your basic course documents, important for you to review, and then you have a sub-module of writing resources. You have discussions and drop boxes with short essays. It's really important that you familiarize yourself with all of this. A component of your first discussion question will require you to verify that you have looked at all of these documents. I'm not going to review everything here, but many of the documents have to do with helping you write great discussion questions. You are required to use APA formatting for this class. In terms of citations and references, you might be used to MLA, but you need to use APA. I do want to let you know that if you go to some of the resources that I've suggested, you will see very involved information for APA, such as the requirement for a title page, a bibliography page, headers. That is not required for this course. We don't have any major research papers. What you do need to be familiar with is how to correctly do an in-text citation as well as a reference. And within that piece of information, I have some things written out for you here. There's a brief video, and then I have lots of links for you, as well as in those other documents, I have specific examples describing the expectation and examples for you. I will note that the reference here for the textbook, this is what you will be using throughout the whole course, so it's fine to copy and paste this and put it on a document. But be super familiar with this and use those resources on the other page if you think that you need additional help. So after the writing resources, here's your assignments for the week, and it says Start Here Assignments. This scavenger hunt quiz is open book. You can use your syllabus, you should use your syllabus, and you have access to all the information about the course, and that's really what the quiz is on. For this assignment, it's a Dropbox, and you will click on it, and it will tell you your instructions. You are going to submit, you're going to take the eLearn Ready assessment, and this will guide you to it, and you're going to submit either this chart or that chart, based on your results, of course, to the Dropbox. You are not going to send me an email link that the assessment actually offers you to do. So this tells you how to get to it, how to access it. This is an example of what you're going to submit, one or the other. Does not have to be both. Okay, and then it tells you, in addition to submitting one of those, you need to submit a Word document with a paragraph analyzing your results. Just reflect on it. Okay, so that's that Dropbox. Going to go back to, I'm actually going to pop back up here. And then back to content. Back to your Student Start Here and the assignments. You also have an introduction discussion page. This one will be a little bit longer than most. The minimum word count for all is 150, and you shouldn't go over 250. But for this one, you can certainly go longer. And this tells you how to do it here. You absolutely have to reply to a classmate, and there's information about this for you right there. For each assignment, and I'm going to jump back just to the basic model, you will have a grading rubric attached to your grade. There's one for discussions, and what the rubric does is it just tells you how you earn points. What's attached to your work will actually be a little more interactive, but it just gives you the criteria for what I'm looking for. So you will receive a score in each category, and then each section also has an area for specific feedback. So I will be communicating with you often there, and really for every assignment that you have. In addition to your discussion rubric, of course, you have one also for your drop boxes. Sorry about that if there's a glitch. I noticed an error and I had to change it. This currently says it's for just these assignments, but this will be changed and it will be for all of your writing assignments. And it tells you, again, the breakdown of where you'll get points. And again, there's feedback areas for each of them. You have the choice, of course, you can go to Table of Contents or here. To do less clicks, I'm going to go to Table of Contents and just show you what a couple of the modules look like. So Chapter 1, Introduction to Psychology, the chapter itself is actually called Introduction to Psychology. But within each module, you'll see the overall course objectives that we will be working towards for this chapter, and then just a little one-liner about what you have due this week. This brings you right into your textbook, and I'll click on that for you. And these are the different sections of your chapter, and you can just click on that and go right into it. Your textbook has a lot of fun videos, sometimes games embedded within the chapter. And for those of you who are using a hard copy of your book, it's a reason to jump in and at least look at this. But at the beginning of every chapter, I highlight a few of the ones that are worth taking a look at. And for easy access, they're set up for you right here. Okay, so that's how you access your textbook. I'm going back to the Table of Contents, which should, okay, so I'm going to jump back, Chapter 1. So that's your book. Each chapter also has a study guide / outline. You can use it or not use it. It's up to you. But it's just a different way to look at the material and kind of organize it. Might be helpful to review this before you read the chapter. I'm going to go back into the module. Each chapter also has a PowerPoint, and there are no speaker notes. Again, it's just another representation of the material that is in your textbook. Immediately after your textbook sections begins the work for the week. Your link to your quiz. For this week, you happen to have a Dropbox, and you also have a discussion board. And you can access the material for it right through here. So each module is set up like that. Also, at the end of each module, this is always optional. It's supplemental media, and you can see here I have, throughout the course, I've included optional supplemental media. If you're particularly interested in a topic and you want some more information, or maybe you need a little assistance, you will find supplemental materials here. For example, let me show you one that has, so I'm jumping into Chapter 2, which is our research chapter, set up the same way. And then your supplemental media here. If you're not familiar with Crash Course, if there's a chapter that's really challenging for you, Crash Course videos are excellent. They're super fast. That's why they're called Crash Course. They're about 10-11 minutes. And they go over the chapter material as if they were written directly for our book. They weren't, but they're very helpful. So some of the chapters that are a little trickier, you may find it helpful. There are also Khan Academy videos in some of the supplemental media. There are interactive activities, things for you to do. So always worth taking a look at that. going to jump back to our home page here. So if you wanted to, I do not encourage this. I encourage you to access everything in the individual modules. But this tab, if you click on assessments, you can see your quizzes are right here. I don't encourage you to do it that way. Same thing for your assignments, discussions, and Dropboxes. We've covered the communication tab, the content tab. This may seem counterintuitive, but this course resources tab is actually not for students. There's never a reason for you to go in there. It's all instructor material. This tab is where you'll access your grades. You'll click on it and you can see everything that's been graded, as well as your rubrics. This Help tab takes you to additional tutorials that are available on the college webpage. Specific information about the different components that we're kind of going over now. So I'm going to just click out of this. The tutoring tab. You have a couple options for tutoring. Every student, we pay for so many hours of tutor.com, and you can use this for any subject. And if you use it and you find that you really like it and you want to use it for all of your accounts, let me know, and the school can actually, not all your accounts, sorry, all your courses. The school can give you more hours than just the basic allotment. The other option that you have is the Tutoring and Learning Lab that is on campus, and you can see information here. They do Zoom sessions, so that's super helpful, and it's very easy to set up, and you would just click on there. This is the tab you would use to join Zoom meetings. As the course begins, yours will look a little different, and all our meetings will be set up, and they are all optional. And I will take a moment to just touch base about that. You can see here, so there's a Zoom, a live Zoom if you want more information and you want to ask me questions about overall course stuff. Absolutely. But I'm going to briefly open up your syllabus, which is in the Students Start Here module. Right there, syllabus. On Thursdays, you have the option to complete your discussion questions with me and any other students who join. Do it on a Zoom. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. It does not take that long. That's just the time I'm available for you on that specific day. But we begin promptly at 5:30, and what it looks like is that you are fully prepared to complete your discussion as if you were going to write it on the board. So in other words, you can't wing it. It's helpful to have something written out, and if you're nervous, you can actually read your response. But we just go through the classroom, whoever's on, and give your response to the discussion question. It's beneficial for many reasons. It gives us a chance to interact and get to know each other. They're typically pretty fun. You learn a little bit more because your interaction is direct and you can talk with your classmates in the session. But sometimes the big draw is that you don't have to worry about word count or citations or references. There is, of course, no writing involved other than the notes that you have. I put your grade in the grade book immediately after, and then you're done with it for the week. You do not then have to go and post anything on the actual discussion board. So as I mentioned, this would be brief. There's lots more to cover. You need to explore your documents. What I would encourage you to do is explore the documents in the Student Start Here module. And then if you have any additional questions, jump on one of the orientation Zooms. And that's it. I hope this has been helpful. Always, please feel free to email me if you have any questions or concerns.